Welcome back again, guys. This is the BTech Digital Information Technology component to controlled assessment practice. This video, we're going to be looking at task 2B. So if you haven't had a look at task 1 and task 2A, do have a look at those videos before looking at this. Over here, what we're going to be doing then as part of task 2B is again very similar to what we did for task 2A, which is I'm going to primarily leave these PowerPoint slides up here for you to kind of have a quick read of and have a go at. And if at any point you feel as though you need a bit more time, you can sort of rewind it back or just press pause until you've had a go at completing some of these tasks or some of these sum functions that we're going to be using. And once you've done that, you can press play to continue with the video. So here what we have is an equals sum if function. And again, if you just have a quick read of what this function actually does. So it's very likely that you're going to have to use a variety of sum if functions as you go through the controlled assessment. Now, again, this one is using some sample data. Now, depending on what the scenario is going to be asking you to do, you may need to use this once, you may need to use this a few times. But again, you might want to hit pause here and have a look at how this actually works. So now where it says imported datasheet, when you enter these formulas, or when you use these functions, you might need to get data from different sheets in Excel, which this is why sometimes it is showing as imported data set with an exclamation mark and then the cells that you selected on that data sheet. So when you kind of work between different sheets on Excel, it does kind of look like that, depending on the name of the sheet as well. So again, just covering what we were talking about there. So if I wanted to select data from cells L2 to L46, which was on the imported data set, I'd need to click on that sheet with the tabs at the bottom. And then what I can do is view the total by using the sum function here. Okay, and it would add it up and give me the total value by adding those, by giving us the total. Sorry, let me just say that again. So if I wanted to add the total values from L2 and L46 from a sheet on the Excel spreadsheet called imported dataset, I'd click on that dataset. I'll select L2 to L46 while using the sum function, and it should give me the total of adding all of those up, give us the result of that on the sheet that I'm working on. But you'll see that as you kind of work through this, it will kind of make sense. So here we've got the Countif function and counta. So we can see that the countif counts the number of cells that contain the words Devon and Cornwall in a particular cell range between E2 and E46. So if Devon and Cornwall appear in any of the cells between E2 and E46, it will count those. The count A counts all cells in that range. So the formula counts the cells that have Devon and Cornwall in them, and then divides by the total number of cells. There's spelling mistakes there. So if it helps, obviously this is all practice. Just make sure you give it a go just to see how it is and how it works. If not, do ask your teacher for a bit of support at this stage. So in a little bit more detail, we can see what the Countif would look like. So we can see that the Lake District here was counted 9 times in those cells. The Yorkshire Dales 16 times, and the Cotswolds was 7 times. They appeared each time. And over here we've got the total number of holidays in each of those locations. And again, good practice is to make sure our cells are actually formatted. So where relevant, just make sure your cells are formatted just to make it a little bit easier to read and just make your information or data a little bit more presentable. Over here, we're going to be using the currency format. This will make the data that you've selected look a little bit more like money rather than just sort of values with no real meaning. So we'll have a pound sign there, followed by a comma and a full stop to represent pounds and pence. Okay, I hope you found this at least a little bit helpful. If you have, that's brilliant. If you haven't, or you're still a little bit confused, just make sure you let your teacher know, you let me know, drop some comments or some questions in the boxes below, and I'll try my best to get back to you. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. That's always very helpful. And there is one more part of this, one more part left for this series. Okay, thank you.